Hello everybody and welcome back to WanderTrek. So, I haven't put one of these out in a few days now, and I haven't really recorded in a couple days now, because I put a big rush a few days ago. But I'm back, and I actually I started recording a DevCraft episode. That's a new thing I have going, and yes, I'm going to talk about a few things today that you'll probably see in the title. Let's deal with the spider first. Come on, dig like a man. Sort of flip sideways there for a second. Nothing interesting down there. Okay, so yeah, I'm recording this on Thursday, August 14th. Yeah, 14th. And this is at the end of like the least productive day ever for me. I mainly just was on the DevCraft server digging out a giant area. So if I release this before my DevCraft episode, which I probably will, you'll see what I'm talking about then. But this week in general has just been a really crappy week when it comes to news. It started out Sunday. Was it Sunday or Monday? I remember I was driving back from my vacation place, and Robin Williams had committed suicide. And so if you've been on the internet over the last few days, you've probably heard about that, so I don't really have to go into that much. And then there's, more recently, this really started to escalate last night, even though it started on Saturday. The situation in Ferguson, Missouri. So for those who don't know, which I doubt anybody doesn't know at this point, on Saturday, this past Saturday, I don't remember the exact day, an 18-year-old black boy, I guess, even though technically by legal standards he was a man, was an unarmed black man, was shot and killed by an officer in Ferguson, Missouri. And yeah, things sort of went downhill pretty quickly, if things can go downhill from there. So basically there have been massive protests over the past few days. There's been a lot of looting and stuff. But it really escalated yesterday on the Wednesday when police sort of went a bit overboard. I think 2 journalists were arrested for no other reason than being in a McDonald's. The police brought in like a frickin' SWAT team and a tank and a sniper and dispersed the protesters with tear gas and smoke grenades, including shooting some at an Al Jazeera, which, if you don't know, it's based in the Middle East, but it's a pretty good news source. Yeah, so I was actually following this pretty closely last night at around midnight Eastern time to 1, and it's a mess over there. I think it's settled down a bit over today because the governor of Missouri got on it, the president got on it, and so basically they're trying to diminish violence as much as possible. I just remembered I did not set a timer, so I'm gonna do that real quick and I'll restart the video. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, I'm gonna talk a bit about my opinions about the whole thing, and hopefully nobody will get offended by them, because I don't think they're really something to get offended by. So basically, my view on the whole thing is that people are just getting really riled up. I mean, that's obvious, but I think from what I've seen in the news, like, some people are blaming, well, I think most people on the internet are pretty much blaming the cops on this one for decent reason. And I mean, the police force is generally a pretty easy target, since there's a lot of assholes in there who do really stupid things, like shoot unarmed black teenagers. But the protesters, at least some of them in these protests, were really bad. Like, there's been plenty of looting, burglary. Those are the same things. When I was keeping track of it, there was this man who went out for walking his dog. A few people thought he was a cop, so they beat him up. So, yeah, so neither side has a moral high ground, in my opinion. I mean, obviously, something needs to be done about officers shooting unarmed teenagers, regardless of race. I mean, even though I know it's generally mostly African Americans. But yeah, something has to be done about that. But I can't quite blame the cops for everything. I can't quite blame the protesters for everything. I mean, that's just my general view on a lot of things. I'm very neutral. As I'm sure if I was directly involved, I'd have different opinions, but I'm not, so I don't. So I want to move away from that depressing topic for now. Maybe more updates as time goes on. I probably should have like the live. Oh yeah, the source I was using is this on Reddit. There's this new subreddit called the Reddit Live, and it uses a new. Ooh, chunks are being a bit wonky. And it's using this new Reddit Live system. And so basically it's a chat room, except very specifically focused, and people are invited in instead of just joining whenever they want. Okay. But I was following one yesterday for the Ferguson incident, and it was really good. Like, they were updating every few seconds from tweets from all over the place. And it was pretty unbiased information too, which was good. So, yeah, I love the internet because I can only imagine what sort of news we'd be getting if it was solely the news companies covering this. Because, I mean, even if they tried their best to give completely unbiased opinions, they were still forced out the scene and only given the police story. So it's obviously going to make the police look better. But yeah, internet does a lot of things for news. Good things, bad things too. But okay, on to a less depressing topic. I'm currently recording this on a new monitor. So it was my birthday a few days ago, so I got a monitor. So it's a 1080p, so I'll finally be able to put out 1080p video, which is nice. And I now have a dual monitor system. Since I have okay, I'm not going to like try to claim any superiority on this since I don't know how it works on Windows. But yeah, the Mac system for multiple monitors is pretty nice. You just you can drag windows across monitors, you can move your cursor really easily, and you can change where the monitor is in position to your laptop. And so it's nice. I'm still getting a bit used to it, especially with the keyboard. Half the time, not half the time, but a lot of time I try to press W, but I accidentally press Q. The worst situation of this when I was making that cactus. Oh, well, a cactus farm on the DevCraft server, and I went to mine a block, and instead I threw my pickaxe on the cactus. So whoops. So I'm probably going to be a bit, sorry, a bit rusty, I guess, until I can get that completely figured out. But I'm generally pretty good at these things, since I mean I learned to play Minecraft with a trackpad, so I think I can handle 2 monitors. So yeah, 1080p is a thing now. On the I love just bringing up the how to build guide every episode, but yeah, I think I mentioned earlier that I'm bringing a different look to it. You can actually get a sneak preview of that look if you look at the DevCraft thumbnail. That is related to what the next building guide and really my whole channel. That's what they're gonna look like once I want to sort of have that be the grand reveal. So there's a reason that none of these videos are having an intro or an outro, because I'm still figuring out how that's gonna work. Ooh, that's coarse dirt. Sort of want to grab some of that. Okay. I don't know why I need to grab it, seeing that I'm not going to build anything, to my knowledge yet. Yeah. So I think hopefully I'm going to be done with the new series for a while. So actually recently I just got a couple comments on one of my, or on my Might's Too Hard, explaining a couple things that I didn't know about the mod. And I feel like I sort of want to play it again, but on the other hand, I got really burnt out playing that mod. It's so difficult. Actually, it's similar to something that actually more recently happened. All the people in Arlibru, I think it was it Orthai that got us into? Yeah, it was Orthai. He told us about the game Unturned. It's like this zombie. It's like a mix of Minecraft and like Daisy. So it's a zombie survival game with really interesting graphics. And I got sort of addicted to that for like 2 hours, but it was just so hard and so frustrating that I sort of... It's this effect where you feel like you're addicted to it, but then when you actually start to go play it, it's really disappointing. So I'm feeling that's probably what would happen. And also my frames per second were just abysmal on that. Okay, let's keep going. Huh. Yeah, I'm still playing, oh, that's a ravine. Tempted to go down there, but on the other hand, I'm not in the mood for going to caves today. Yeah, I'm still playing on the snapshot 14W32D, mainly because it appears that well, first of all, the DevCraft server is still on that snapshot at the moment, but also the 33A snapshot is like really sort of crappy. First of all, they got rid of the 3D textures on the new doors. Actually, speaking of the new doors, let's show that off since they're so nice. Pick you up. Ooh, X-ray. I have a crafting table. Yeah, I do. I'm just gonna leave 3 doors in the wild, I guess. But yeah, these are dark oak doors. Come on. Jeez. Not to say this one isn't buggy, but... Oh, and there's a bunch of textures glitched out as well. But yeah, I love these dark oak doors. But basically, in the snapshot, they got rid of the 3D effect, which sort of sucks. I hope they add it back with fancy graphics, because that'd make sense, and it would be nice, because I like those 3D textures. It especially sucks now for the acacia doors, because like the bars are flat and distasteful. Okay, let's think what else I have to talk about. I know that as soon as I finish this episode of WanderTrek, I will think of something that I want to mention, and then I'll forget it by the time I record next time. But such is life. And that was your moment of silence for the day. But yeah, I've been listening to my commentary, and I hate myself so much on that. I think it's a natural thing to hate the sound of your own voice, but I think that 4-week break of not really hearing my voice, and then I'm coming back and listening to all my videos, it was sort of jarring. So hopefully I get more used to it. And I also did a thing today where I like test recorded a face cam. I don't think I'm ever going to do a face cam on this channel if I can help it, but I just wanted to test it out to see how like my voice sound and my video or my face expressions matched up. See if maybe I could change how I was looking and stuff to make myself sound a bit more engaged. And yeah, I definitely figured out that's definitely part of it. If I when I was just looking at the screen and I sound sort of uninterested, my face looks really uninterested. The more I use my hands while I'm talking, which is always not a good thing when I'm using both my hands to play Minecraft, that generally was when I sounded more excited. And I think sounding more excited is a better thing, because, or more engaged at least. Do I have a boat? I do. That's wonderful. Oh, I got a rabbit foot as well. I don't really need that since I'm definitely not going to be making any potions. Come on, get in. Hopefully this doesn't break on any of these lily pads. Knock on wood. Still knocking? Okay, yeah, it seems that that's fixed for the moment. Okay, ooh, okay. I thought I was gonna ride off the edge of the world. Come on. Dang it. Boats are so horrible. I hate boats so much. I was so angry when the Pocket Edition developers said that they were gonna remake boats in Pocket Edition, but not PC. It made me sad. But hopefully the PC developers get an idea if the Pocket Edition boats become good. Okay. Oh, here's another body of water. Yeah. I'm excited for 1.8 to finally be released, because right now, the thing is, when we started the Arlibru thing, and this is actually technically when I released my first building, or second building guide, because that's the first one didn't have video along with it. But yeah, I wanted to do it, or start the channel when 1.8 came out, because back in a few months ago, the developer said it was going to be mid-May. But then one of them tweeted, I think it was Dinnerbone, tweeted out, oh yeah, we're probably going to do an extra few months on this. And so I was sort of tired of waiting at that point, so I decided to start the channel. But the main reason that I wanted to do it when 1.8 came out is because name changes. Because you'll notice that right now, if you've been paying any attention in the videos, that my name is not KFIS, it's KFS110. Which is how I got the name KFIS, but it's not KFIS. So as soon as 1.8 comes out and they allow the name changes, I'm changing it to KFIS because I hate my name right now. And it's just sort of, not generic, but sort of boring. And KFIS is much more interesting. Okay, we have 2.5 minutes. Yeah. That's an interesting cliff, if it loads. Well, it's actually a really nice mountain. I'm gonna... Ooh! Okay, that's nice. And then it goes down to a ravine. Ooh, look at that lag. I'm not sure where this lag came from, because like the same snapshot was like double the FPS, and then for some reason... it could be my monitor, like the refresh rate isn't quite good, or the synchronization isn't good. Let's take a look at this. That's sort of an interesting area. Oh, is this actually a ravine? No, it isn't. Doesn't make this any less cool. I like it. Yeah. I have like a little monologue that I'm going to do at the end of the video about depressing news. I just want to time it well. I'm gonna have to cook up some more food soon. Oh, we have more things coming up. Man, the chunk loan is so bad right now. I thought it was supposed to get better. Okay, we have a minute left. Yeah, sure. Let's start the monologue. I've been planning this out in my head for the past 5 minutes. So it's about depressing news. So that's a big tree. Recently, news has been really crappy. There's just been riots, there's been bombings in the Middle East, there's been deaths of famous people who were really nice. And so, it's sort of, I know a lot of people, like, the reason that they're so happy is because they don't watch the news. And there's sort of that, but you have to be informed if you want to, like, that's part of really good citizenship, is being informed about stuff, because, I mean, knowledge is power, and knowledge is really important. So you sort of have to sit through all the depressing stuff. So basically, if you're just depressed in general, or if this is sort of depressing you, just remember that there's the whole world doesn't suck. News media will play up the bad stuff. This is going to go past my time, but I don't care. News media will play up the bad stuff, and that's really all you're going to get, because that's surprisingly what people want. I don't know why people want it, but they do. So, if you're feeling down, remember there's still good in the world. For every funny actor that dies, there's another one that's still living and making comedy. For every child that's killed in Gaza, there's another one being born somewhere else. So every bad thing sort of is the opposite of a good thing. That made no sense, but for every bad thing out there, there's a good thing. So just remember that, and try to look for the good in life and your experiences in general, and don't focus on the bad stuff, because that's what everybody does, and it's depressing. Don't do it. So I don't know if that was a decent monologue at all. It's not actually technically a monologue, it's more of a rant. Kind-hearted rant, hopefully. So I'm past my 20-minute time, so I am done for this episode. If you liked, you can leave a like. If you really liked and would like to see more, you can subscribe, and until next time, goodbye. That's not what I meant to press.